Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Aditya Gupta. As you can probably see, the time right now is, if you can just look at the watch, it's 1:30 in the morning, and my eyes can probably say this to you. And this is probably one of the reasons I'm making this video. And this is video should serve as a warning, or more importantly, maybe as information to the NEET aspirants who are going to give their undergraduate exams. First thing first, if you think that becoming a doctor will result in this,
पैसा ही पैसा होगा।
don't become one. Doctors are grossly underpaid. हमारी salaries बहुत कम होती हैं, especially when we tend to think of the amount of hours that we put in. A normal resident doctor, a JR or an SR, has in India, let's take the example of Rajasthan, जहाँ पे दिव्या काम करती है, वहाँ पे salary is around 70,000 rupees per month. मतलब salary seems okay. I won't deny that 70,000 rupees per month is not a small amount. It's a decent amount even in today's time, but take the amount of effort and take the amount of hours that we work. A resident doctor on an average daily will work for 10 hours, and there are no Sunday offs and there are no government holidays off. So on an average in a month, a doctor is going to work for at least 300 hours. That's the bare minimum I'm talking about. It can be more than that. We have our 30 hours duties, we have our 36 hours duties, we have days we are working 12 to 13 hours, but this is the bare minimum I'm talking about. So what's the average rate that a doctor earns? It's 230 rupees per hour. Let's take my example. I'm in a central government institute, that is All India Institute of Medical Sciences. My salary is around 1.4 lakh rupees per month. That is before tax. After tax, it's around 1.2 lakh rupees per month. Even then, my hourly rate is coming to be 460 rupees per hour. Not too high. Let's take the example of just 230 rupees. Let's take an average person. An average engineer, seriously, after I've been in this field for more than 4 years. So my GR-ship has ended. Divya has been for more than 3 years. Our graduation is much more tougher. Our graduation takes much more time, and during that period of time, I'm saying an average engineer easily will earn 40,000 rupees per month. But how much is he working? He's actually working just 160 hours in a month, not more than that. And for that, his salary actually in the hourly basis is much more than the salary of a doctor. Our salaries seem more because we are working more, plain and simple. We are working like a donkey, frankly, to be very frank, for 12 hours to 14 hours, simply because the medical system of this country is on the verge of a collapse. For many, many states, think of state like Chandigarh, the salary is even less. It's 55,000 rupees per month. Same amount of hours, it's actually just comes to just 180 rupees per hour. And if you actually multiply it by the time of work, number of hours we should actually work, which is just 40 hours per week, our actual salary is just 28,000 for a person who's staying in Chandigarh. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu are even worse, with salaries ranging in the range of 30 to 40,000. Doctors, and especially resident doctors, are grossly underpaid. Now I know some of you will come and say, sir, बाद में salary suddenly shoot up हो जाती है. That's not the case. Even if the salary suddenly shoot up in the later range, that's not true. First, a person after completing a specialization or super specialization gets around 2, maybe maximum 3 lakh rupees per month, not beyond that. B, in order to achieve that salary, they have cleared not one, they have cleared 2, sometimes even 3 national level entrances. For that amount of hard work, you could have been the CEO of any goddamn company in the world, for that matter of fact. So, and more importantly, the amount of time that goes there. More importantly, let's assume you're someone who started working at 21 years of age after completing your graduation, let's say engineering, or even if you did your MBA, versus someone who finally gets to that money after, when I complete my final super specialization, I'll be 29 years of age. The difference, let's assume, any doctor, I can easily assume, has the amount of intelligence and hard work that he can get into, if not an IIT, definitely an NIIT. Because the amount of simply because NEET is that competitive. 16 lakh people are appearing for 30, maybe 40,000 seats, and you can easily get into an NIIT. Let's take the difference in the amount of money that we earn for those 6 years only. That's about. After that, I'll say doctor has a bet. Let's say assume doctor has a much more salary than an engineer. Well, that's also not very true. But let's take the example that they are earning on an average just 30,000 more. The 30,000 invested for 6 to 10 years in a simple SIP that grows at around 5 to 10% per annum will turn into 70 lakh rupees. So we are at a very, very high disadvantage. Okay, and any doctor is at a very, very high disadvantage. I'll take simple YouTube for example. A lot of you keep on asking me. YouTube doesn't give you too much money. A lot of people tend to think I'm doing YouTube because of the money aspect. YouTube pays around to an Indian YouTuber pays around $1 per 3 to 4 thousand views. All right. So let's assume it took me this video. It would have taken me around one maximum 1 hour to make the editing. If I consider I don't do any editing for that matter. So in that amount, actually, and let's assume this video gets 30 to 40 thousand rupees for 40,000 views. I'll earn around $10 because of this video. So for 1 hour, I'm actually getting 700 rupees. This is much more than the amount that I make right now. It's much more than what Divya makes. It's much more than what a resident in Chandigarh is making, as far as the hourly basis is concerned. So what I'm basically trying to say is, and this is valid for every NEET aspirant, don't join this field because तुम्हें ये लग रहा है. Join this if you're really passionate about medicine. Okay, money should be the last thing that should be come into your mind if you want to become a doctor. That's absolutely not. You will be in for a lot of regret. The reason I'm making this video at 1 o'clock is why? Because I came back after a 30-hour duty, then I slept, and I'm woken up again, and I'm again sleepy. It's not like my body's fully rested. And the amount of hard work that I put in, I realize that a lot of people should know that maybe for a lot of individuals who come into this just for the heck of because of the money aspect, they should realize that there are much better ways to earn money than being a doctor in India. Thank you and have a nice day.